No, no, just no. Just no. Just no, man. Like, just no. Like, just no. What the fuck happened? What happened? Please, I need to know, how do you fumble like this, man? How? How do you go from this, something that looks really good, to something that looks so terrible? You would genuinely think is amateurs playing with CGI, man. What the fuck happened? This took 5 years? 5 years. Half a decade. 5 years. 5 years. This is what we have after waiting for 5 years. I'm fucking speechless. I just finished watching the second episode, Uzumaki. What happened? Like, I need to know what is the production looking like? What is going on? What is happening? How do you fumble like this? How do you let, I think, arguably the most iconic work of Junji Ito? Like, we have already seen fumbles before from past adaptations, but letting possibly the most memorable / iconic work that Junji Ito has ever made with Uzumaki, and you fumble to this degree. Oh my days, I am utterly speechless, bro. The only positive that I can muster up at this point is Khalid Stetson's contribution to the music. That is it. That is where the positive starts and ends. In episode 1, I know many people were like not happy that it kinda adapted things too fast, and that is the direction things are going with this Uzumaki adaptation, but I thought that it actually flowed decently well. I didn't think it butchered anything, quote unquote, because obviously the manga is slower paced, but yeah, I thought that it was fine, and episode 1 looked amazing. Episode 2 though, I don't know who's responsible for this. I don't know who's responsible for something like this. I don't know like, my question is, why was this green lit? Or why didn't we see a delay? Either of these two would have been fine. I can't speak. I can't speak because I am flabbergasted at what the fuck I just watched, man. Why was this not delayed, man? Nobody would have complained. Nobody would have been. We waited for so long already. Nobody would have minded waiting more. Why would you let this happen? Why would you let this air, bro? Why would you let this air? Literal PNGs walking around. And you compare that to what happened in episode 1, where it flowed so nicely and you could tell that effort was put into it. Why? The sentence, "just read the manga," truly has never aged like fine wine. Genuinely, "just read the manga" is the most constructive thing you could possibly say here. Cause what in the actual fuck? Oh my god, I'm just in disbelief. By the way, I actually watched, I think, the first minute on regular speed. I couldn't bear it. I said fuck it. I watched this shit on 1.5 times speed. Cause there's no way I am sitting down watching 27 minutes of what was a complete utter disappointment. There was no way. There was a point I was so like, okay man, and I had to put it on 1.75 speed. I am fucking speechless at how terrible this was. I'm speechless, man. 5 years, man. We waited for 5 years. There's like, that is the part that like upsets me more. Like, I'm probably at this point editing this video, I'm just gonna put Uzumaki manga panels, because truthfully, there is nothing else I can tell you. Really. I just wanted to vent. Just read the manga. Put Khalid Stetson in the background and just read the manga. Because Junji Ito's pen literally was on fire when he made this series. Oh my god, man. 5 years. What was what were the animators doing in 5 years? And actually, I want to make it clear that this is not on the animators themselves. I can only imagine that they are overworked, they're cooked, mentally and physically. So I don't want to pin this on the animators, but I just want to pin this on like the higher ups. How could you let this air? How could you look at this and let this air? How could you? Money? I don't think you will earn that much money now. So I find it hilarious that greed potentially was the thing that caused something like this to happen. Because it's like, nobody's buying this shit now. Nobody. Because why would you? Why would you want to have this when you can have this instead? Why would you have one of the weirdest, terrible adaptation pieces I think I've seen, when you can just have the original work that has blood, sweat, and tears poured into it? How? I am so disappointed, man. Like, to put into context, I read Uzumaki years back with my brother, and we read 2 chapters in October, and we did that until basically Halloween. It was a little thing that we did for October, and that was a fun ass experience. That was fun, man. And ever since then, I've wanted to see what the anime would do. Maybe bring different atmosphere, because there's no music, and now we have it with Khalid Stetson, which again is the only positive of this adaptation. The music is fucking phenomenal, but like, everything else about this anime is just terrible. I waited to see what they would do because there was promise there. It looked like they actually listened to people's concerns and worries of the past adaptations, and it feels like all of that fell on deaf ears. No pun intended, but like, we really spiraled out of quality. What the fuck, man? Low key, just for the bit, just have fucking storyboards for episode 4. To be honest, we might as well go all the way. If we're gonna be committed to the bit, we might as well go all the way with the storyboards, the Genga. Fucking, I don't know, man. This is complete utter ass. And I don't blame the animators themselves, because the animators themselves are just like, they're like in the limelight for them to be the punching bag when they aren't. Because I can only imagine the feeling of these animators and them knowing that their names will be attached to something this disastrous. I can only imagine, is the executives, the people that thought that greenlighting this, that not delaying this even more was a good idea, or maybe just, I don't know, not putting this out, period? Like, most people would have been just okay and fine with Uzumaki, the source material, and just stay with that. Nobody would have been really upset. Nothing would have been lost with that, to be honest. But you gave us hope. You gave us hope that we could see, possibly, the king of the horror genre of manga finally get a good adaptation. And you let us down once again, man. At this point, if there's even any work of Junji Ito that has not been adapted, please don't adapt it. For the love of God, don't do it anymore. It's done. This was like your last chance. This was the last chance you got. This was the one shot you got to make things right. And it took the longest, and you still failed. Please don't do this again. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so over it, man. It's over. Pack it up. We don't want any more. If you want to experience Junji Ito's works in their full glory, just read the manga. just read the fucking manga, man. Just do that, because this is easily one of the worst things to come out this year. And we're only 2 episodes in. Episode 1, which was great, and episode 2, which is like an abomination of the highest degree. I can't even think of what's going to happen with episodes 3 and 4, especially with what the manga has at the end of the series. Bro, if y'all are fucking up now, oh boy, it's not gonna be a fun ride, gang. Yo, I'm telling every anime only, if you're still watching this immense rant, please, for everything you hold dear in your life, just read the manga now. Just restart, read the manga, put some colored Stetson on, and just go from there. Because you do not want your perception of this series to be damaged by this adaptation. I'm telling you this right now. Uzumaki is really, really fucking good. Is really good. Don't let this adaptation ruin Uzumaki for you. Just read the manga. I'm fucking done, man. If you want to subscribe after this, do so. I'm fucking done. I cannot believe we just seen this abomination, man. This whole thing is cooked. Have a good day, I guess. I'm done.